So on Friday, today's price action, okay, the first discount area I was looking at today was this old high, last 2 days high, but price failed to reach for that high, so leaving us a little fair value gap right there. Okay, so now going down further, we have this old high, of course, then we have this breaker block. Okay, so these are the discount array. We have this breaker block plus that mitigation plus that fair value gap, right? So these are the levels that will be anticipating price to, if price wants to to seek support at, since we have already tapped into premium, right? So premium, and we have this fair value gap, but I don't think this is more than enough to see price start going up. But we never know. Okay, you can just decide to open, trade down into this fair value gap and keep going up. Okay, so but let's just see how it goes. But if it wants to keep pressing downwards to the downside, I will be looking at this breaker block, and of course that is overlapped with this fair value gap as a drawn liquidity, but I don't think it should reach this far. Okay, it could literally just reach for this and keep going up and resume the momentum to the upside, or it could literally just open up, trade down, and reach for this breaker block, okay, before it's resume its momentum to the upside. But I'm still bullish overall going into next week. Okay, so and how I have already showed us how I frame my buy setups on the lower time frame. Okay, so this is how I frame my buy setups on the higher time frame. Okay, I look for discount arrays to buy into. Okay, so once I've price as shown here, you can see traded into a premium array, so you should seek for discount. Okay, so buy at discount, sell at premium. That's just how it works, right? So the next time frame is probably the 1 hour that I'll be looking at going into next week. Okay, so this is going into next week what I'll be looking at. So this was on Monday. Okay, this is that breaker block. Okay, so I'm looking at this price action right now, and from last week, okay, you can see we traded above this high. Buy side liquidity was pushed. Thursday formed the high of the week. Okay, Thursday formed the high of the week. Monday formed the low of the week. Okay, so it could be Monday and or Tuesday. Okay, so how do you know if Monday is probably going to form the low of the week? If on Tuesday lockdown session fails to trade below Monday's low, okay, low of the day, then there's high probability that Monday is going to form the low of the week for a bullish week, of course. Okay, so if Tuesday lockdown session fails to trade below the previous day's low, which is on Monday's low, then there's high probability that Monday is going to form the low of the day. Okay, then Thursday normally forms the high of the day. Okay, so the only time, okay, when there's an exception, that there tends to be an exception to this, is when we have a high impact news on Friday. If when on Friday has a high impact news, okay, there's going to be low probability of Thursday forming the high. Okay, so that is when we can consider that we can be open to the possibility that Thursday may not likely form the high of the week, but generally the high of the week should be formed around Thursday, New York open Q zone. Okay, so that's just how it is. So then Friday should see a counter trade setup, which is what happened today. Okay, so Thursday formed the high of the week and Friday saw a counter trade setup. So what does this mean? This means that if you are a swing trader or someone that probably hold on to position longer, and you bought, let's say, at the low of the week, which is on Monday, so on going into Thursday, you should probably take out most of your positions, because Thursday is probably going to form the low of the week, and Friday is going to be a counter trade day. Okay, so there are ways you can know, like I was able to know the low of the on Friday's low, like the risk retracement. There are ways you can be able to measure it to know the exact how far it will retrace down a counter trade movement. Okay, but that's outside the scope of this video. Okay, so on Friday we are on, and going into next week now, I'm looking at, you can see we traded into this rejection block, right? Premium rejection block, consolidated, broke down. Okay, we after taking out buy side liquidity, we broke down, came back up, the same scenario. Remember, price is fractal, right? So what happens on the higher time frame is going to probably repeat itself on the lower time frame. So we have the rejection block on the 1 hour time frame right here. So price dips into that and sells off on Friday, okay? So comes back, fill in the gap and close for the week, right? So probably we are looking at this fair value gap as our higher time frame discount array, and that's breaker block, okay? So and also inside of that breaker block we have this 1 hour fair value gap, and we have inducement here. Liquidity has been engineered in this trade line, okay? So this is why I'm still considering the fact that we might likely trade down, might likely retrace down deeper, we might likely retrace down deep, okay, to into this breaker block, probably into this 1 hour fair value gap before going up, okay? But this is a breakaway gap. As at last week, I was expecting this gap to be traded into, okay? But unfortunately, we only reacted off the breaker block high and failed to reach this 1 hour fair value gap, which is now a breakaway gap, right? So that is just the possibility I'm looking at. And the weekly range, like I explained, okay, the weekly range, like I explained, if you apply the daily, the power of 3, just the same way we applied the power of 3 to the daily range, it can be applied to the weekly range as well, okay? So we can expect Monday to trade down and form the low of the week. Then from on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's high probability days to look for long setups, right? Thursday probably you should take off your close most of your positions, okay? So Tuesday and Wednesday is high probability day to look for long setups when you are for a bullish, when you are expecting higher prices, okay? So reverse is going to be the case for when you are expecting lower prices. So Monday should form the low of the day. Then Tuesday, Wednesday is high probability day to look for long setup. Then on Thursday you should close off most of your long setups because Thursday is going to form the high of the week. Then Friday should be probably a counter trade setup, okay, which is what we saw here this week, okay? This is a counter trade move, which it happens today, right? So that is how you apply the power of 3 to the weekly range as well, okay? So Monday formed the low of the week, Thursday formed the high of the week this week, okay? So this is very beautiful price action in terms of the power of 3, okay? So now one of the other conflicts I'm looking at why I'm expecting price to retrace deep, to retrace deeply this going into next week is that we looking at this week range from the Monday's low to the Thursday high. You can see we are at the 20% of that range, okay? So probably price should retrace deeply at least to the 50% level, okay? Then probably if you should keep going down, it could reach for the optimal trade entries level, okay? So that is why I'm still thinking that we should but let's see how Mondays goes, okay? Let's see how, if or Sundays should open and gap up, there's less probability that we might likely not reach for this midpoint, okay? But if it opens and gaps down, then there's high probability that we could likely reach for that midpoint and below it before price resumes its momentum to the upside, okay? So that is just how it is, and this is the end of the video. Like I said, I'll be trying to make our videos short and quick and straight to the point, okay? So I do apologize for making this a little bit extra long, okay? So if you have questions, our Telegram group is always attached in the description of the video. You can join our community on Telegram and you can drop your question. And if this is your first time, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.